Alright, welcome to today's first video where I'm actually going to implement a management system. Although in today's video I will not use files, rather I'm going to create functions which come with the file stream header file. They already come inbuilt, but I want to create them from scratch so that we are going to have like a better idea of what's going on under the hood. Then also you expect a maximum of 200 contacts, right? Then I'll create space in memory to save these 200 contacts. Okay. Then I want to create a boolean value to state the end of my contact list. Yeah, as I said, it comes with a file extension. Let me just explain the functionalities of this function to C++. Okay, using an if and an else statement. Remember, if you've got questions on how any of these particular functions works like, you can ask in the comments below. Creating a function to append so that if we want to add another contact, we add them just after the address which got filled. Okay. And again, using if statements. Okay, there's a lot of heavy use of if statements. Okay. Let me create another function. This one is going to allow us to write a contact to a particular address. Okay, from amongst the 200 saved addresses. And this one is a little bit simpler. I think it's going to be the simplest function I'm going to write. It's not going to have any conditions and stuff like that, so it's just going to be basic C++. Alright, storing the contact object to an address. Okay, now let me create the other function. This one should be able to. Okay, so I've made the contact list private because in a way in C++ your files aren't stored in the memory. It's in something called secondary memory, which I'll explain later. But it can be analogous to the contact list being private in this case. So I want to make the contact list not private but accessible, right? So files is the same way. You need to read a file so that it becomes accessible to your program. Then creating the next function. Oh, I'm a little bit sorry if I'm behind my typing. I want to finish the program quickly. So if there are any questions, it's basically just left in the comments on particular lines. Then, as I said earlier, I will leave a detailed explanation to the code in a post soon. I'll send the link to the post. I'm not sure which platform I'm going to use to. Then the function I'm currently creating. Sorry, I got carried out in my thought process. The function I'm currently creating, what it does is I want it to print or to what I wanted to do is I wanted to display or to print contacts to the screen. Okay. Then I also want to create a search function. This function should be able to search for the address of. Let me change the song. Yeah, I'm actually listening to music as I code. I don't know, but I think it helps my thought process. Yeah. Okay, you can just ignore the songs I'm skipping. Yeah, let's ignore the song I'm skipping. So what the search thing should do is it should be able to return the address which the contact was searching for is kept in. Okay, so we're going to search by name because I assume for a contact to be saved, you have to be saved by their name. Yeah. Okay, that's like another major thought process of the program I have just created. Oh, it's not yet fully created, but you get the gist. Okay, this is like my liked playlist, so there's songs which I've liked from like back in the day, which I enjoyed back then, but now they're kind of outdated. That's why there's like a lot of skipping. Anyway, away from the music, let me focus on this if statement. Okay, and I know most of these conditions are like really nested, but when we go to files, we're going to see that a lot of the work is going to be really simplified. Okay, a lot of the work is going to be simplified. Most of this is just there so that when you see these similar functions in files, you can relate to where they're coming from. Okay, let me make space for some more functions. I think maybe there's 2 functions are left, I believe. So I think we need to be able to delete and to edit. Yeah, okay, so deleting a contact, of course, there'll be those contacts that those G's will just irritate you once in a while and just have to like remove them. Okay, so yeah, the address for the person we want to delete. Then of course we have to search for that address. Then this is like, okay, this for loop. I've actually felt like a genius. It's okay, whoever manages to figure out what's going on in this for loop, yeah, you can try to comment some crazy for loop. Okay, and something I forgot to say in the previous video, you can treat addresses as arrays. So the way you index arrays, you can index addresses in the same way. So line 181, use that indexing. In fact, I think for this entire function, just use that indexing, just so that you see how it works in this crazy for loop. Alright, is break necessary? I think it is necessary. Okay, my code may not be perfect code. It's a little bit off the hook, like just raw code. There's probably a better way of doing this, but the essence, like, or the crux of this program I'm writing is just that you get to know the end of function, the right function, the concept of editing, how it's going to work like. So we're going to see how all these functions will work like, first using dynamic memory or pointers before you get to see it in files. So for us to edit a contact, of course we need to search for the address of the contact we need to edit, and okay, I think that's a little bit straightforward. I've put a lot of comments. I put a lot of comments in the code so that nothing is too foreign when I send the link to the post where I'm going to explain the code. Another if statement, or else, if else, I think they go together. Okay, now we're done with the class. We can now create the menu. I don't think I need a lot of comments for the menu. It's a little bit of basic C++, a do while loop, as most menus have. Nothing really fancy. So let me just create a do while loop. I think a switch statement. So let me prompt the user to input values. Okay, that should be about right. Now going to the switch statement. Alright, case 1, we're going to clear the screen Then we're going to write to a new address. We need to make sure we write to the appended address, the address just after the last address we entered. Okay, we break the statement, case 2, we clear the screen again, then we make sure case 2 that's search, so we just pretty much searching for a contact and bringing the contact to the screen. Okay, and then we break case 3, we're trying to edit, so we clear the screen first. We call the edit function basically. Okay, that's quick. Case 4, we're trying to view all the contacts, so this is going to require a loop, for loop through all the contacts we have saved. I think yeah, okay. It's kind of a noisy background. I'm coding this from my room. Yeah, I believe that there's a soccer game today, so there's a little bit of noise in the background. Not a little bit, a lot of noise. Okay, I could have made the switch statement condition more fancy, but I just used 1 and 0. Of course, the code could have been fancier and more elegant, even the outputs, but I just thought the crux of this program is just to show you the basic functions. So there's the output. We can pick a selection, and we pick one and add a contact. Which name? I think my name will be fine. Okay, then we enter a number, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, an email, and think of a random email. I think this should be about right. Yeah, it's a little bit random. Then, okay, go back to the main menu, maybe add another contact. Okay, ghost, because we're creating some sort of a ghost account. A number, an email. Okay, now let's see the functionalities. As you can see, we can see all the contacts. Just not well spaced. As I can see, the output have been made more elegant, but I didn't really focus on that. You can see ghost details have been output as well. Let's try something a little bit more involving. Let's try to search. Search for me or ghost. Okay, let's go for ghost. Ghost is a hard word for me to spell, so leave that. As you can see, ghost details. Sorry about that. You can see ghost details. And yeah, the code is pretty much up and running. So we can close the program. Alright, that's about it. In the next video, we'll be using files. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe to the channel.